Oh boy, guys, this is gonna be a fun video. Hi everyone, it's me Gaming Do, and I am not excited for this video, and this is probably going to be my most vulgar video since 2017. Because, fuck, these films are bad. Well, I'll say at least number 7 on are bad films. Numbers 10 through 8 are like passable, but 7 through 1, especially like the top 5, are just utterly satanic films. I am not looking forward to this, guys. But I have to do this, so let's get started. This is the top 10 worst films of the 2010s decade. Don't worry, tomorrow I get to make a much better list. The top 10 best films of the 2010s decade. But for now, I gotta go through the horseshit pile. So, to start with the flaming hot dog shit pile, we got number 10, The Good Dinosaur. At first, I liked this movie. I thought it was pretty good. I felt like it had some sweet moments and some sad moments. But then, I come to realize this film directly copies two films, not word by word, but damn, you get a feeling of two specific films that do this much better. Those two films are Ice Age and The Lion King. Two films that are, one of them is an absolute 10 for me, and one of them is probably about a 9 out of 10. Which, the 10 is Lion King, and the 9 is probably Ice Age. I love the first Ice Age film, but I'll probably do a review of that film this year sometime, but I feel like this film is a copy of those two. Plus, this film is just really boring. What saves this film from being downright bad is the animation. The animation is gorgeous in this film. However, nothing really else is good about this film. I feel like the acting is a little stale. I feel like the characters are kind of like, oh, Arlo meets this one character and then they move on. Oh, I don't really know. I don't like this film very much. There's two Pixar films that I like less than this one. Actually 3, but there will be 2 on this list that are worse. But this one is damn close. I don't like this one very much. Number 9 is Ant-Man and the Wasp. There goes my head, guys. I feel like this takes away everything, which made the first Ant-Man great. Oh my god. This film is a snore fest. I mean, I can't name many films that downright make me fall asleep. This one is just one of those few films that does it for me. I legitimately feel like this film is a good way to help you sleep. Literally. I feel like there are a few good things, like the action, especially the ending, is pretty entertaining. I like when Giant Ant-Man appears in this film. The villain was decent, but everything else is just a snorefest. Oh yeah, the scenes with Ant-Man and his daughter was pretty good too, but besides that, what a snorefest. I found this film really boring. Alright, number 8, we got the Banana Splits movie. This is the last one that's not bad on this list, but it's damn close. What saves this film from not being bad is the splits. If it wasn't for the splits, this film would have been a bad movie. The acting, I'm sorry, is horrible. I'm sorry. I think the acting is trash in this film. I feel like it's kind of overly gory. I feel like the chills are pretty damn cheesy, even though a couple of them are pretty cool, but the worst part of this film is absolutely the acting, which is god awful. I'm sorry. This film has some of the worst acting of the 2010s decade. It's terrible. But you guys don't want to see the films that are meh but not bad. You want to see the films that are bad. Well, let's start with number 7, the first bad film on this list. And that film is Cars 2. Oh boy. This is another controversial one. Cars 2 is not my least favorite Pixar film. It's not. It's my second, but it's not my least favorite. But it's a bad movie. What's so bad about this film is my favorite character of the previous movie, McQueen, is sort of sidelined in this movie to a race. Like, his whole plot is about his races in, like, Japan and Italy and I believe London. And Mater gets the spotlight in this film, which Mater was pretty good in the first film, but here, he's stupid. He's really stupid, and the new characters are boring as rocks. I think it was Hallie and Finn McMissile. They're boring as rocks. I think rocks could literally make better characters than the characters in Cars 2. I'm dead serious. Man, this one is like Ant-Man and the Wasp, but it's downright bad. I can't find a single thing to really save this film from being good. There's no goods, but the reason why it's only number 7 is because it's not that bad. It's like, it's got, I guess, a few funny moments, but besides that, nah, this is a bad movie. Number 6, my least favorite Pixar film of all time. And I think most of you can kind of agree with me, is Brave. But the 6th worst film of the decade, no. What do I have to say about this film? Every other character except the triplets are like Finn and Holly in Cars 2. Boring as rocks. I would literally rather watch my wall with paint dry for like a week than watch the characters in this movie. Except for the triplets in this movie, who I hate with a burning passion. They are so annoying. They are fucking annoying. I'm sorry, but wow, Pixar made some of the most annoying characters of the decade. These guys literally make me want to freaking slam my head through a wall. What the hell? And then the plot itself is a typical Disney film, which this should have been a Disney film rather than a Pixar film. And it's a bad one at that. This is a film that just, I would say, downright disrespects Pixar. It's a disrespectful film to Pixar. That's why it's number 6. Number 5 is Alvin and the Chipmunks Chipwrecked. Why did I like these films as a kid? Seriously, why the fuck did I like these films as a kid? I loved the Squeakquel. And even at one point, please don't laugh at me, I was only 8 or 9 years old, said it was my favorite movie of all time. Man, if I went back to my 8-year-old self, I would slap myself in the face for saying that. Because, man oh man. These, like, I guess you could say remakes of animated cartoons into live action movies, most of them are really bad. And this is one of the worst. Don't worry, you'll see another one really soon that's much worse, actually. But this one's damn bad. Alright. So, is there anything I like about this film? One thing. I guess you could say it's the island atmosphere. Besides that, all the chipmunks and chipettes are like shoving a pencil sharpener right up to your ears. I would rather listen to that for 10 hours than watch this movie. Or hear the chipmunks talk. They are so annoying. And then the plot is generic, just a generic island film. Castaway is like 1,000,000,000 times better than this. It's got references to Castaway, which I'm like, yeah, there's a reference to Castaway, but I'd much rather see it in Castaway than this. And this movie's fucking awful. It's so annoying. But not as annoying as numbers 4 through 1. Number 4 is the Smurfs. Again, when I was a kid, I was 9 years old when I saw this film, and I liked it. But as a full-grown man now, 18 years old, this film is flaming hot dog shit. No other word. Fucking flaming hot dog shit. Okay. How do I say this in a nice way? The human characters are terrible, but they are much better than the Smurfs themselves. The Smurfs themselves? Good God. They're horrible, annoying little monsters. They literally just sing, scream, run around, and if they were real-life creatures, I think they would be a part of pest control. They are literally... Wow. I can't really explain this movie that much. It's making me brain dead. This film is garbage. Pure garbage. Which is where all the Smurfs deserve to go. And so does this movie. I wish this film would be erased out of existence. We've gotten to that point, haven't we? Oh, fucking no. I have to talk about these 3 movies again. I don't want to, guys. Come on. I don't want to talk about these 3 movies. But I have to. And let me tell you, this is the last time I will ever talk about these movies. These 3 movies have been covered on my channel. And you guys know what they are. But what order is it going to go into? Well, coming in at my number 3, we have Norm of the North. Remember my stupid little skit for this movie where I pretended I was getting attacked by Norm? I would rather get attacked by a polar bear than watch this movie. This movie... Okay, one thing that was wrong is I didn't really explain enough. Okay, so... From what I get, it's a stupid environmental message. And Norm's land is sort of going downhill, I guess you can say. And I can't really explain the movie. Trust me, I've seen it, but I can't really explain it. This film is polar bear diarrhea. It's literal freaking polar bear shit. That movie would be more entertaining than watching this piece of shit. Holy shit. Norm of the North has absolute garbage animation. Like, literally, I think if computer animation was done in the 20s, it would be much better than this. This is like, some fucking bad animation. Like, literally, you remember the film Dougal? Which, that's a little bit of a guilty pleasure of mine, because I saw that in theaters when I was extremely young. I was like 4 years old. It was one of the first movies I ever saw in the movie theater, actually. That, in my opinion, has better animation than this film. Well, with twerking polar bears, garbage animation, the lemmings, which make me want to freaking... Again, I'll say it again, I want to freaking stick a pencil sharpener by my ear and listen to the noise rather than listening to the lemmings. This film is literally, if you combine the effects of a stomach flu in the toilet, is what this film is. Horrible. But not as bad as the next two. I don't like talking about this movie coming up at all. I don't. But I promise, this will be the last time I ever talk about this flaming hot piece of shit. Number 2 is the Emoji Movie. A major animation company made this movie. For fucking real? A major animation company made this film. The company that made Into the Spider-Verse, which came out the following year and was utterly incredible. This film is my second to least favorite film of the decade. It's one of the worst films ever made for having mean as fuck characters that are absolutely dumb. It has a stupid generic plot from stuff like Wreck-It Ralph and the Lego Movie, which are 10 times better than this movie. Again, one thing I have to mention, Patrick Stewart as Poop. Patrick Stewart, you were in one of the best movies of the decade. The same year, Logan, one of the best movies of the decade. And then you went to the second worst film of the decade. Oh boy. That was a mistake, wasn't it? If we ever get an Emoji Movie sequel, I refuse to watch it. I'm sorry, I refuse to watch it. Because there are Norm of the North sequels. But guess what? I'm not watching them. I don't want to bear any more of these god-awful movies. But this one is just trash. What else can I say that people haven't said? Can I tell you something? Number 1, I think I could make a better movie than this. In my high school class. This movie... Let me just reveal it. I can't believe I actually watched this movie. I'm ashamed of watching this movie. Number one is Food Fight. You want to talk about a movie in which a fucking 5-year-old could make a better movie than this? I think my 1-year-old baby cousin could make a better film than this. Literally, I'm serious. The animation... I literally did a test animation in my class, my cinema class. Or my friend did, actually. The animation on that is even better than this film. A high school class can make a better animation than this. This is just disjointed. It is just like looking at trash. This burns my eyes. It just makes me feel like I'm going to have a seizure watching this movie. The characters are fucking nutcases. This is just generic. Oh my god. I didn't even know how to explain this movie. The only thing I can say is they got Hilary Duff and Charlie Sheen in this movie. And they weren't even good. I'm sorry. This is sad. Because this film actually had a big budget originally and was probably going to be really good. But is it good? No. This is one of the worst films ever made for its pitiful, fucking pitiful animation, terrible characters, terrible story, terrible writing, and I am never even going to mention this film again after I mention it right now, because I'm done with this video. I'm done. I can't talk about these films anymore. I can't. So, that's it. Gaming Do here. See you later. Bye.